is gonna be arm day. We're gonna be starting off arm day with the supinated seated dumbbell curls. So instead of standing like we usually do and doing supinated curls, now we're gonna be seated. This is just gonna create a little bit more like tension overall for the set, and it'll help really isolate those peaks. Like if you've ever done a seated versus a standing curl before, you'll know what I mean, like how much harder it hits your peaks. So we'll do the first set with the 35s, see how that feels. We did do a brief warm-up set this time for the bis using the 20s, just doing some curls. So for these, we're just putting our back against the bench and then just supinating the wrists and curling. All right, so same thing for the second set here. Sticking with the 35 still. All right, so for the last set here, we do another set of 35, and then we'll make it a drop set if we have to, down to the 30s. For the actual last bicep exercise here, we're just gonna be doing the hammer curls. That's gonna be the last bicep exercise for the seated curls. All right, so now for some heavier weight curls, we're moving on to the preacher curls here. We got the easy bar loaded up, the free weight easy bar loaded up at 25 and 5. See how many reps you get with this. Next set here, we're gonna keep it on 25 and 5. We'll do one more heavy set of that, and then we'll drop it to just 25s. So I just want to be a little bit careful because I am feeling just a little bit of tenderness on this arm for the tendons. So I don't feel comfortable doing a third heavy set like that. Also, it's buys, so there's no point to really pushing each set to like the max way you can possibly do. Like the buys don't need that overload all the time, so sometimes we like doing it. For this exercise, or we'll overload with the cable curls. So I think we got like 6 or 7 for that last set. Not sure, we'll have to look back at the footage, but so this next set's gonna be just 25s, no 5 or 10 on top. We're gonna go a little bit deeper too for the curl. Putting the elbows like further down, essentially. It's gonna be a bit of a throwback. We're gonna be doing the bent over dumbbell curls. All the stacks are occupied, so I wanted to move on to the cable curls next, but all the stacks are pretty occupied, so we're just gonna do these. So for these, we were doing, I think we peaked at 40 pounds, but we couldn't get many reps of 40, so we'll start with 35, see how that feels. We'll probably have to drop down to 30 or 25. And essentially for these, it's gonna be another peak heavy focus here. So we're just grabbing the dumbbell, stretching out the biceps in an almost supinated position. Like we're not fully supinated, but like almost there. And then we're just gonna curl upwards and diagonally to our chest. Like that. And same thing for the other side. Second set here, we're doing pretty much the same thing for the second set. Okay, so we're gonna call it there for buys. Super fucking pumped. Tendons are a little bit worn too from all those different exercises there, because we changed it up from what we usually do quite a bit. So we'll do the we'll move on to triceps next. For triceps, we'll start off with the incline overhead press, also known as like the incline skull crusher. And I got the 90-pound easy bar with me here. Alright, last set here. Same thing, 90s. Alright, so next exercise here is going to be the tricep rope pull down. We got it set to 65. If you remember from the other arm day videos, we were going a little bit lighter on the stack and struggling a bit because it's a different stack. Like where I am right now is specifically for triceps, whereas the other stack's more for chest. There's a little bit of a difference in the pulley system. So this stack also goes a little bit higher than the other one does. So we'll start at 65, see how that feels, and then either increase or drop the weight accordingly. We're just locking out the arms. Kind of show you a quick demonstration here. So locking out the arms, holding that for a second, and controlling it on the way up. We'll take a 10-second rest pause. All right, same thing for the second set here. So again, just locking out the tris and then controlling it on the way up. Okay. Take a 10-second rest pause here. Okay, we'll drop that down a plate and then add a 5. So it's like a 3-pound less drop. Last set here, so we dropped down a plate and then added a 5, so it's overall just like a 3-pound drop essentially. Make that drop set. Alright, so now for the finishing tricep exercise here. Also one of my favorite tricep exercises. I think we've been doing these now for like a little bit over 4 months, maybe around 4 months. I gotta say, I love doing these after the tricep workout's done, like for the last exercise out of the whole routine. Because not only does it just absolutely kill the pump, like, or well, gives you a killer pump is more so what I mean. Keeps the pump going. Because you're just isolating it, you know? If you know how to do these properly and if you're good at mind-muscle connection, put your head right in that tricep and you'll get a pump like you've never gotten before. You do have to go relatively light for these, so it's mainly, it's an exercise where you focus more on the contractions and the squeezing, more so than the weight. So you won't see us pushing like 50s on one arm for these. So we got it set to 25. So lock out and then control it on the way up. Seven and a partial, I'll take that. All right, so arms are done. We're gonna call it there for arms. Tries are just ballooning right now. Oh my God. Yeah, that's fucking swollen. Oh. That's a fucking pump right there. Holy shit. Beautiful. Oh man. That's a nice one. So with arms being done, we're gonna head out now. Tomorrow's probably gonna be shoulder day, and then we got leg day after that. But man, does it feel nice to be back to filling out the larges and the extra large sleeves. Holy shit. Yeah, throughout that whole cut, we never had a single pump near the end that was close to even filling out the sleeves, so it feels good to be back there. And we're still keeping a decent amount of like leanness. Like, we're definitely building a lot of muscle and strength, but also keeping it relatively lean compared to our last bulk like 5-6 months ago. So we'll call it there. And yeah, tomorrow's probably gonna be shoulder day. So till next one.